Welcome back to Building Together, everyone. My name is Colin, and I'm joined by Autumn, and we are going over a Bricklink haul. Actually, it's 3 orders, and usually I like to give tips on what to do when ordering Bricklink. And this one, I'm going to tell you how I messed up. Yeah. All right, so I made 3 orders from Bricklink. Here's one of them. Shall we see what's in it?
Yes. Also, it came today.
It came today in the mail. That's right. Came in a nice gallon-sized bag, which we need more of these. We do, yeah. All right. So that's...
I don't know why Daddy ordered more of these.
Well, I needed some of these for the castle.
Yeah, but you already have a bunch. You already ordered them.
I did order a bunch, but I'm going to need a lot more for the castle. One of the tips that I would like to say that I did well on in this, so tip number 1, is think ahead if you're working on a big project to what you might need in the future. So knowing that I was going to be using a lot of red 1x1 tiles, I ordered extras from the shops that I went to. This one had only 3, so I ordered all 3 of them. They're pretty cheap. I also got these 1x8 door rail pieces in white.
Why are they called door rail pieces?
They're called door rail pieces. You can see this groove that's in the piece?
Yeah.
It allows, you can put a door in there and it slides back and forth. Similar to what we have in Ninjago City and Ninjago City Gardens. Some of those sliding doors.
And Ninjago City Docks.
And Ninjago City Docks. That's right.
Everywhere.
That's right. So I got 21 of these because I'm making some columns and I need a bunch of them. And again, ordering for the future. Another order for the future are these 6x12 dark bluish gray plates because you know the floors that I made in the castle? By the way, if you haven't checked out our Lionsgate speed build and review, make sure you do that. It's a pretty sweet castle.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So these I use for the floor, and I'm kind of running out of them. I really had to scrounge around for these in my collection just to get the floors built for the castle gate. So picked up a couple more, but they're kind of pricey, yo. They're pricey. These are like 75 cents each. And that was actually a fairly solid deal. So I got some dark bluish gray 1x2 panels in this, and then here's some of the good stuff. So you might recall that I use a lot of gray bricks in that castle.
Yeah, you do. Also, what was my mistake?
I'll get to the mistake in just a second. You want to hear all about all my mistakes, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, well, you don't have to wait. Got some 2x6 bricks because you, well, can't have enough gray bricks when you're building a massive castle. I also got some of these 1x1 modified bricks with a handle because I use these on the battlements. And by the way, Autumn, I had to borrow 5 of these from you and your sister. So here's a stack of 5. Boom. I can repay you now.
What do you mean?
Well, I borrowed 5 from you that are on my castle. Now I have to give you 5 back. Because I got it back to you so quickly, though, I don't have to pay interest. Okay. I got, all told, about 20 of those in this order right here, so I'm pretty happy with that. And if you watched the Lionsgate video and speed build and the review, I talked a lot about the panels that I needed for the battlements. So I got a bunch of panels and possibly even for my tower. So that's Bricklink order number 1. Here's Bricklink order number 2. I found a great deal on 1x4 bricks in light gray. Awesome, right? We like gray bricks. 11 cents a pop, and there were, I think, 86 of them in the store. So that's actually about as good of a bulk deal as I could find. The average price on Bricklink for 1x2 light gray bricks is 11 cents. I think that's actually also what they charge at the Lego website if you wanted to get a bunch of bricks from them. So I got a bunch of 1x4s for the price of 1x2s. That's pretty cool. Also, 2x8 bricks. Delicious or not delicious?
Not delicious.
Not delicious. Okay, so that's the not delicious book. I think these are fantastic. I ran out of those in my build.
I like the 1x1 stuff.
You do like the 1x1s?
I like
I got 4 more tiles.
How much tiles do you need?
A lot. I got a couple modified gray plates. These have like 1x2. It's a 2x2 plate, but it's got half of its tile, half of it's got studs, so I like that. I got some 2x4 slopes in light gray because, again, building castles, you need slopes, so it's always nice to have some of those.
This is a lot of gray. Only some specks of white and red.
I know. Lots of gray. 1x2 bricks. Great. You like 1x-ns. You like 1x-ns. Are you a cat batting at something?
No.
There you go. More panels.
More
panels. Some cheese slopes in light gray because I use a lot of cheese slopes on that castle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. These gray ingot pieces. Pretty cool.
I don't like ingots. They're weird.
1x6 arches in light gray. Why? Building a castle, doorways, all that fun stuff. Those are pretty cheap. More panels.
Right, it's panel stuff. I really like these corner things.
Oh, the corner panels?
Except for that they're gray, and I don't like gray things.
Fair enough. I got another brick with a handle on it.
One in a big
That's all they had. Panels, more panels. I got these 1x2 log bricks and gallon bag. Sweet. That's the end of order number 2.
And I have to cut Daddy's arm.
A saw. Very creative. I do like how you're thinking about the pieces. I don't like that you're envisioning cutting my arm off. That doesn't seem like it's very kind. Okay, next up. Final order.
It's
Look
my
at this.
favorite order.
We've got 2x3 bricks in light gray. We've got 1x2 bricks in dark gray. That bodes well for building a castle.
Too much gray, Daddy.
These log bricks here in light gray, dark gray. Check it out. 100 1x1 tiles. And guess what, Autumn? Since I had to borrow some from you, open up your hands. Woo! Dropped one. There's 1, 3, 6, 10. That's how many I borrowed from you and your sister. So I got to pay you back on those as well. How about that? Pretty good deal?
I need a bag or container or something.
You need a bag or container or something, huh? Okay. And finally, last but not least, my final bag here. Panels, a couple of slopes, and...
I really want some of these things.
That's right, check this out. I've got
one of them.
These coral pieces that you have some in like a coral pinkish color, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are in green. We're going to be using these for trees. Again, always thinking ahead about what we're going to do, how we're going to do things. That way, when you see a good deal on Bricklink, you can pick them up. But I made a mistake. You know what my mistake was?
What?
I said, I need more gray bricks. So I found the shop that had a great deal on those 1x4 bricks. But I wasn't done building the first part of Lionsgate Castle. And then I realized, oh no, I ran out of 1x1 tiles in red. So I'm like, oh, if I'm going to finish this, I have to order some tiles. So I had to go to another store. And you know what my mistake was after that?
What?
I wasn't done building Lionsgate Castle, even though I placed 2 Bricklink orders. And then I realized that I ran out of these 1x8 plates with a door rail in white. And so I had to make a 3rd order. Now, the good news is that the first order that I made actually had free shipping for orders over $25. So that was nice. But the other 2 orders, I had to pay like a combined $9.50 in shipping. So I should have waited till I was done with the first part of the castle, figure out exactly what I needed, and then made my orders. That way I could have been more efficient. So lesson. Everyone, don't do what I just did. If you're working on a project, you're almost done, finish that project, see what you need, and then make your order. That way you don't end up spending too much for shipping. And if you need a certain piece in order to complete something, go ahead, build out as much as you can, So that way you know all the pieces you need before you make that order. You don't want to pay too much in shipping if you can avoid it. That's my big lesson. So hopefully you learned from my mistake. Get everything you need, at least know what you need, and then order before you finish a project or right after you finish a project. That way you save on shipping. All right, Swedes.
You want this?
Maybe I'll give you one. We'll see. Maybe that'll be your one piece in interest for your loan. You drive a hard bargain. So I hope you learned from my mistake to not get too many orders and pay too much for shipping. Wish I could have saved a little bit more money on that, right? Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I know a lot of you that have watched some of our videos don't subscribe. We've seen the analytics, so subscribe. Like this video if you like to see Bricklink hauls and learn something about how to order things. Maybe, again, you learn from our mistakes and you don't have to repeat them. And then finally, make sure you ring the bell for notifications. We have a lot of great follow-up builds for our Lionsgate castle that you don't want to miss. Okay? So, always remember, everyone, to keep building together.